How's it going, guys? Welcome to the inside of the van. The heat is on, the floor is warm. It's a bit chilly outside, but not so bad in the van. Although there is one weak spot, and that is the windows. The windows allow in a lot of heat, and they allow in a lot of cold. Now, I have window covers for the cockpit, and those are from a company called Van Made Gear in Portland. These covers are very nice. They're designed with like a ripstop material. They've got sandwiched like I think the material that's in the middle is this, which is Reflectix and maybe some lightweight foam. Anyway, they make it so that it's quite rigid, and so when they put them on the windows, they kind of maintain their form. Now, most of the back of this van is custom, so even my window treatments need to be custom too. And so like these that I got from Van Made Gear are standard for the front window and side windows of the cockpit of a Ford Transit 2020. I don't really have that luxury back here, these windows here. And there will be a lot of instances where I'd like to cover up one or more of these windows, especially when I might be doing video, especially when I might be camping out and I want to black out the windows so nobody knows that I'm doing stuff. And then just for privacy of the van itself, especially if I'm parked in a busy place, I don't want people being able to peer into the windows and see what I got and whatnot. So window covers are kind of an important thing. When I was in Portland, I was at a company called Perfect Fit, and I bought a roll of Reflectix. So I've got a ton of Reflectix, and I plan to make some forms for each of the windows. Right now I'm working on the sliding door, and I've got some magnets. I'm going to put some magnets up to tack it on down to the metal frame of the van in wherever I can. And I'm trying to kind of work out the standard shape. The magnets after that will be actually sewn into the cover. Like here, there's a bunch of little magnets that are sewn into this edge around the edge of the van's window in the front, so that when you put it up there, it just clicks right in. I'm going to use a similar tactic as well wherever I can. I can do it here on the sliding door, this one, and then I can also do magnets on these big door openings, because that's there's a lot of exposed metal. These windows here, I don't have that luxury, but we're going to have to cross that bridge when we come to it. What I plan to do, because there's basically three windows. There's this one, and this one. I'm going to create three covers. Ordinarily, you'd have a cover that kind of covers this whole window, and then you'd have flaps that flap up so that you can get the ventilation from these, because these are opening. You know, you can turn this and then it kind of cracks open and gives you some ventilation. But what I'm thinking is, instead I'm just going to have little covers there, and it'll actually be better because I can pull off one cover if I want, I can pull off the other cover if I want, and sort of store them that way. Oh, that's better. I'm learning I've edited the videos here, and I've been somewhat disappointed with the quality of the video, and I'm like, you know, if I'm going to make this van as a van to tell stories and do videos and stuff like that, I better take better videos inside the van. Because what's the purpose if not that? Anyways, I'm sitting on my upholstery. If you guys didn't see the last episode, we finished all the upholstery in the van, and oh my, it is so nice. Look at this. I can like do a little bit of this, chill out, pop up the table. I'll tell you what, I have a pedestal on this table right here from Springfield Marine. They make the pedestal. And it's a 3-stage pneumatic pedestal, so it raises and lowers. I found a pedestal in China, though, that is pneumatic. It has a little lever on the side of the table that you can use to lift it up, so you don't have to reach all the way to the middle to open or close the actuators to raise or lower the table. And it has side-to-side, forward and backward functionality. So the table can go up and down, forward, backward, side to side. So if you're sitting in this corner here, you can pull the table towards you. If you're sitting over there, you can move the table that way. If you're sitting where I am and you're trying to squeeze around, you can move the table to accommodate. And I'm in the process of securing one of those. They'll be coming from China, and we'll see that. But for now, I just wanted to make a quick video and show you how I'm doing these window covers. My plan is to take the Reflectix here, and in order to gain some rigidity and thickness, I have a piece of Reflectix, then I have a piece of thin foam. I don't have a lot of this, but I'll see if I can get some more. And I have another piece of Reflectix. I got a lot of Reflectix, and I think if I can glue them all three like a sandwich, and then sew a piece of ripstop on the front, and then sew a piece of this material on the back, so on the inside you'll see the upholstery material, on the outside you'll see black ripstop in between two layers of Reflectix and one layer of foam. I think I could probably get about the same effect as I got on the window covers from Vanmade Gear. I won't get the quality because Vanmade Gear really makes nice stuff, but I think it'll work out good. And the interior material will be the same as all the upholstery I've got so far, so it'll maintain that theme. So this window is a 2-pane window, and the metal is exposed there, and the fabric is here. I was originally thinking I could grab onto this with the cover, but now what I'm thinking is I just have a few magnets that connect to this, and I just oversize it, and I bring it all the way down here, cut around the door, up, in, down here, and then all the way up here, connected to the bottom part there, all the way back behind the cabinetry, to there, up, and around. I think that will be the best. And I can even cut, because, let's see here, this is the vented window. I can even cut an opening here with a flap that allows me to open this window if I wanted to say just open that one and leave that side closed. The coolest things about building this van has been the ability to customize every single thing. Cabinet hardware, actuators, the way that the flow of the van is, you know, I haven't really had to sacrifice much. And if I did sacrifice, it was because I sacrificed it. It wasn't because I bought a product and I'm like, well, it doesn't have what I want. But, you know, it's on the market. It's really, because actually they make some covers for the rear windows, and I would have to kind of tweak them a little bit to make them work for me. Why not just make them myself? I have a sewing machine now, so why not? On a little side note, I was at the house, and I'm working on the van, and I was kind of moving. I'm trying to move it around. Such a big van, it just fits in a driveway. And I pulled it in, and some guy was walking by who was doing tile work. If you're watching, hello. And he said, where are you going with the van? I said, well, you know, I'm going to be traveling around. He's like, so it's like an RV or something? He said, yeah. I said, you know, I've traveled all over. I think somehow the topic of Asia came up. And he said, you got a YouTube channel? He just brought it up. I said, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. And I told him Jayoe. And he's like, I think I've seen you before. And I said, really? He's like, yeah, there's 2 other YouTubers out there that have spent a long time in China. And he's like, one is a South African. I was like, yeah, I know that guy, Winston. And he's like, you two got a beef, don't you? I've watched your videos against each other. Small world. Anyways, back to work. I'd rather be known for other things than my feud with Serpents at A. These magnets, I bought a whole bunch of these magnets. Magnets are really useful in a van. I can even put them underneath cabinetry and like have things hook up underneath things. But for now, I'm just using them to tack down this cover so that I can cut it out and get the shape that I want right in the way that I want it without having to, you know, tweak too many things. Okay, so I'll cut around the doorknob and use my razor blade. One of the good things about this Reflectix is it's really easy to shape and mold. It has a lot of these straight lines, these creases here, And so they act almost as a guide. It's almost like this whole piece is gridded out, and you can kind of shape around whatever you want to shape around. The other great thing about this reflective material is it's foamy, and if you press hard enough, you can get it to conform around edges, and then once you're ready to cut it, it's super easy. Like for example, I want to cut this panel out and make it a window. Maybe I flap it 3 times and then have it open, and being able to do this, really nice. Okay, so now I'm on the back window, and my plan here is to go all the way over the frame that I have made. You can see the frame here, kind of goes over this edge here. But on this one, I'm going to have it go all the way over the frame, and I'm going to use magnets on tabs that are going to come off in specific spots, and they're going to hold the, hopefully hold the cover in place. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The way those magnets work is they're kind of cool. You can actually, if you want to, unhook them on the bottom and fold them up and match them up with their mates up here, and then you can get some light in. I mean, you could do all sorts of things. You could fold it in half this way, fold it in half this way, all sorts of ways that you could move it around. Okay, so these are the side windows in the rear section of the van, and these are kind of special. First of all, they're made with aluminum, so I can't use magnets unless I plate, put specific plates on these borders that are steel so that they can actually use magnets. Using magnets is really nice. Easy to pop off, easy to pop on. Suction cups don't work. The temperature changes, and I've tried some. I even bought a few suction cups and tested them on the windows, and over a while they end up popping off. These bottom panels that open up like so and allow ventilation, these are really nice windows to have accessible at all times. And even if you're blocking out other windows, you might want to pop off one of these or another one on the other side, so you can kind of balance the ventilation that you have in the van. So what these have are screens, and these screens lock in over these window covers. So I'm going to take these into the house, and I'm going to fashion a cover that fits onto this almost perfectly using very small magnets. I went a little crazy with magnets one day, and I bought a whole bunch on Amazon. And so I have these small magnets. They're very, very tiny. And so what I think I can do is actually plate these borders with some black stick-on steel like plates, some small ones. And those will be in specific areas around 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I can find discs that I can put on double-sided tape of steel that's black, and then just sort of ring this thing with points of contact, and then build a cover that will fit over it, that will look nice, and then basically just put it on, and then we're good to go. Also, when I want to store them, they should be very simple to store. So I'm going to take both of these off. And bring them into the house for upholstering. For this piece, again, all of this is aluminum, so it does not allow for any sort of magnetism unless you add it. Now, there is a ledge here on the bottom that I could put a steel reinforced, like thin steel plate. That could be the magnetized bottom. I made these. I'm not sure which one is right. I think this one is right. Okay. I made these a while back because I was considering the idea of like a press-in cover. This is, basically you just push it into the window and then it would sort of like do what it's doing right now, which is sort of grab. It's not very attractive, 1. 2, it's going to wear, and I might be able to push it in today, but I doubt I'd be able to push it in, down the road, like literally down the road. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to narrow this down and pen this out so that it's a little bit more accurate, create a series of tabs that will allow it to magnetize to the side here, side here, and then all across the bottom. And that should be good enough. Besides this window, that window, these two backs, the door window, I have this window here, and that one is going to be sort of similar. It's a pretty just flat area. I can kind of work that out. So anyways, I'm going to use my fingers here to crease all the way around this bad boy. And then I'm going to take my black Sharpie marker, which I keep losing in the folds of this this upholstered couch I'm sitting on, which is super comfortable, but I keep losing my stuff. It was so much easier when it was just wood everywhere. Now I have soft things that can get things lost in between. There we go. So I'm going to take my marker here and just sort of etch around the whole thing, and then later I'll take it and cut it to size, and then that should be good. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm also afraid I had a razor blade. I'm not sure where I put it. I hope I'm not sitting on it, because if I cut one of these cushions I'm sitting on, that would not be good, Matt. That would not be good. Oh, I also used my marker to say this is the side that's facing in, and it's the passenger side. And this side is up. This is down. Up. And then I can also kind of use this to kind of show that I have a nice like ledge here that I can use. This is such a nice material, because I can like just mess with it, and it takes shapes and it takes imprints, and super cool. All right, so we're back in the basement. I have all the forms for all the windows that I want to create covers for. There's only one problem. I messed up a couple of cushion covers when I was doing the cushions. Here's one, and there's another somewhere around here. And that material I was hoping to use to face the window covers. This is all I have left. I'm not sure if I have enough to cover up. So I have all the forms. Let's lay them out and see. Let's see if we have enough room. I don't think we'll have enough, but let's see. This big piece here, this piece here, this piece here. These can't go here, because those can go there. This one can go here. And this one can go here. Some of these are going up and down when they should be going left to right, so they're not all perfect, but I would do it if I had enough material.